What you're looking at right here. Okay, let me start over because this is going to be in pieces. Because I can't, when I pause to switch back and forth between views, it stops and starts over. So this is my Vitamix blender, and there is a 1/3 cup of coconut milk in here, and about two tablespoons of flaxseed meal. This will be the egg replacement. Let's swing over here. This is 2, maybe 3 cups of walnuts that I have already roasted. Got them in my toaster oven. Flipped them around a few times to get them nice and even. You see, I might put them in just a little bit longer. These are probably good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in just for a couple of more minutes to get a little bit more even. And I roasted some last night, and believe me, they taste so good. Okay, I'm gonna put them back in the toaster oven. Maybe a minute, maybe 2. That's it. These are the ones that I did last night, and these are pieces. This is gonna actually go into like the pie filling, and I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, and these are they may not be organic, but I do soak them overnight in salt water, a little bit of salt, I would say, depending on how many nuts you have. Cover them in spring water. Put in maybe 2 tablespoons of sea salt, pink salt, whichever one you use. Give it a little stir and soak them overnight. We can talk about why if in the event that you don't know. Okay, let me pause again. And I'm going to go to the stove and tell you the ingredients that are going into the filling. This is about a cup. This is about 2 cups. I'm going to blend up, I'm going to chop these up some more in my blender. And then I'm also going to put in a little bit more because I actually want to make 2 pies. And so I've eaten some of these. So I need 1 cup per pie. Okay, I've taken them out. I'm going to let these cool. These are mainly for the top because I'm going to, arrange them. They're probably, you have bigger pieces here. So I'm going to put these on the top so to make the pie nice and pretty. And I'm going over here. And this is my chopped nuts that are in my blender that I'm going to coarsely chop. This will be into the filling. So I'm going to put them on the blender, and I'm going to just pulse this on high for a couple of hits because I want them to stay in not too small. Smaller pieces, but not too small. So it's on high already. I'm going to hit it a couple of times. That looks like that might be about right. Give it a little shake. There you go. And these, like I said, these are previously roasted. They look, I think that's good enough. I hit it twice on high on my Vitamix. Now I'm going to the creamy part, okay? Alrighty, this is, 1 cup of agave nectar. Now this is enough. I'm making 1 pie. So all my instructions now are just to make like 1 9-inch pie. So this is that. And I'm also going to send you the recipe that I am using, that I've kind of converted to make it alkaline and all that good stuff, okay? See, there's my agave. I've actually mixed this together with the other one, which is blue agave. I can show you the bottle later. But there's 2 different kinds that I've mixed together because I kind of ran out of the other one. Okay, I'm about to put in 1/4 cup of this, which you see is pure coconut sugar. 1/4 cup. When you get the recipe, it's got this jewel, some kind of flour, which I don't have. And I'm going to use spelt flour, which is what I use just about for everything. And that's 2 tablespoons. That's my tablespoon. Level it off. That's 1. I already put my sugar in there. I'm going to whisk this all together. See, I'm just leveling this off so I don't put too much. And I am very much a pro in the kitchen. I don't do all of this stuff. A lot of times I'm not really, kind of unorthodox it might seem, but I know what I'm doing. So there we go. That's my flour for thickening. Instead of butter, I'm using raw coconut oil, and it's Dignity. I try to always use organic and unrefined. A tip that I got from somebody did coconut, look at the bottom. If it has a brown tinge to it, it's been cooked. It's best not to use it. You want it raw, you want it unrefined. Organic is optional because coconuts grow organically anyway. They do not have any natural pests, and you don't have to fertilize them. They just grow. And that's 3 tablespoons of this. These are all my ingredients. Agave nectar. The recipe I'm going to send you has some other sweeteners in it, some kind of syrup and something. All I used was agave, spelt flour, coconut sugar, and coconut oil. I'm going to whisk this while it cooks. There we go. I'm going to whisk this. See, then my whisk. Whisk this together. And it says to whisk. Blend it over medium heat. Blend it well. I will do that. Whisking. And it's going to come to a boil. And I'm going to put the flaxseed and coconut milk into it once it comes to a light boil, according to the recipe. And then I'm going to add in the nuts. Somewhere, I think there's some vanilla that goes in here. Yeah, the vanilla went into the milk. I did that last night already. I didn't remember. Okay, so I am, like I said, I'm down here. I'm whisking in medium heat, and then I'm going to bring it to medium high and let it boil and keep stirring. And then I'm going to turn it down. And then I'm going to add the milk. This says beer. I used coconut milk and vanilla and salt and the nuts. And then I'm going to stir it. And then I'm going to put it in my pie pan. Okay, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to show you what my pie plate looks like as soon as I pour this into it. There it looks at. I hope you can see this. Looks very caramelized. Okay, there you go. Alrighty, this is my crust that I made last night, and I always make my own crust. It's really too easy to do than to buy one. I know it's easier for most people to buy. I think it's easier and of course more cost effective to make your own. I'll show you that in another video because I'm going to make another pie. So let me pause this. I'm going to go back to the mixture that it's still cooking. It's going to come to a boil. Then I'm going to turn it down. Alrighty, it's boiling. It says to cook for 5 more minutes and keep stirring. So I'm going to turn off my stove. I have an electric stove, so it stays hot. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to keep stirring this as it boils. As it starts to cool down, I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to put all the other ingredients in. But I'm going to keep stirring this while it's boiling, and it's going to cool down and stop boiling. Mixing very thoroughly. Alrighty. Taking it off the heat. There goes the milk, the flaxseed, the milk and the flaxseed, the nuts. Nuts. I'll scrape all this out. Alrighty. Everything's in. I'm going to mix this and add this to my crust. And I also want to let you know, the recipe that you saw posted on Facebook, this is a little different because I couldn't find it when I went to look for it. I'm about to pour this into my pie crust, which is raw. Some of the recipes on YouTube say to bake your crust first. This one did not, so I didn't do it. So this is it. I'm going to add it to the crust. Da 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 da. And so, and even then, I'm not even absolutely certain this is going to come out right. Looks good to me though. So I'm going to put all this in, then I'm going to top it with the halves and the partially whole walnuts to make it really, really pretty. I'll show you when I'm finished with that part.